familiar. Meghan caught buying jam at farmer's market. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm thrilled to have you here. Hong Kong everyone. Alright, let's dive into today's topic. Decent ganders, you say? Well, buckle up, because this one's got some fire in its belly. You know it's serious when the sauce starts flying, plates crashing, jam jars being hurled. Courtesy of the Daily Mail, of course. It's clear that certain things rub her the wrong way, and when that nerve gets struck, a source magically appears. And when I see source, my brain automatically goes, oh, that's Meghan or Plastic Man, right? Oh, because he loves to be the source too. So the source hits back because they just can't handle it. Imagine King Charles raising money for a noble cause and his sales skyrocketing. But what do? They push back and insist that Meghan's products are made right at her $14 million Montecito mansion. It's so absurd, but they just have to throw in that $14 million figure, don't they? You see what's happening here, right? They're trying to tarnish something beautiful that King Charles is doing, donating all profits to charity. See that in the top left corner? His sales are booming because, let's face it, nobody can stand Herald and fraud. But I'm loving the public's response supporting the monarchy, rallying behind King Charles and his incredible work. Every penny from these sales is going to charity, supporting Catherine, Princess of Wales, and all the initiatives he's championing. And they even ship internationally. Stay tuned for a dedicated video on this topic soon. I'm loving the backlash. It's backfiring spectacularly, and the charities are reaping the rewards. People are showing their disapproval, not just in popularity polls, but with their wallets. And they just can't handle it. So they feel compelled to jump into the fray and defend themselves, insisting that King Charles isn't made of whatever they're accusing him of. Frankly, I couldn't care less. It's just another glaring example of their hypocrisy and their consistent track record of making poor decisions. People can see right through their facade and have grown utterly tired of them. But here's the kicker. When their plastic friend was hurling baseless accusations at King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales, they were nowhere to be found. They conveniently stay silent even when people question their strange behavior regarding their children. Yet, when it comes to something as trivial as jam, suddenly they find their voice. They're not just dreadful, they're utterly useless. Let's move on to the main event, the royal battle of jams. Although calling it a battle might be a stretch, it seems no one is particularly interested in what the other party has to offer. Sources close to those individuals have gone out of their way to stress that Meghan's jam is as authentic as it gets. But let's face it, authenticity is not something synonymous with Meghan Markle. Just take a glance at her track record, and you'll see what I mean. Whether it's her actions, her statements, or her endeavors, authenticity seems to elude her at every turn. Name the topic, and we could easily list 10 instances where her authenticity is called into question. When it comes to the topic of family, it's essential to scrutinize the dynamics within the Markle-Windsor household. Their relationship with the royal family has been strained, to say the least, marked by public rifts and controversies. Moreover, their treatment of Meghan's own relatives has been questionable, with estrangements and public disputes often making headlines. Delving deeper into these familial intricacies reveals a complex web of tensions and contradictions that belie their carefully curated image. Moving on to their purported affinity for Africa, the narrative becomes even more convoluted. While Harry and Meghan have professed their love for the continent on numerous occasions, their actions or lack thereof regarding the promised park in Botswana raise eyebrows. Despite their vocal advocacy for conservation efforts and wildlife protection, the apparent abandonment of this project speaks volumes about their commitment or lack thereof to their stated causes. Now, let's address the feminist angle. Meghan's self-professed dedication to feminism has been a cornerstone of her public persona. However, closer examination reveals a series of inconsistencies and contradictions. While she champions women's empowerment and equality, her treatment of other women, including her own family members and royal staff, has been called into question. This dissonance between rhetoric and reality undermines the authenticity of her feminist stance and invites scrutiny. And then there's the recent launch of Meghan's strawberry jam, or lack thereof. Describing it as a launch would be generous, considering it amounted to little more than a publicity stunt. The decision to send out jars of jam to select individuals, accompanied by questionable photos, hardly qualifies as a legitimate product launch. Moreover, the speculation surrounding the authenticity of these images only adds to the skepticism surrounding Meghan's endeavors. As for the origin of the fruit used in her jam, attempts to defend its provenance fall short. Claims that it is homegrown at their Montecito mansion strain credulity, especially considering Meghan's reputation for micromanaging and perfectionism. It's not difficult to imagine her involvement in every aspect of the production process, given her hands-on approach to previous projects. In contrast, the sourcing of fruit for King Charles's Highgrove organic strawberry preserve from elsewhere is a non-issue. The crucial distinction lies in the destination of the profits. While King Charles's proceeds go to charity, Meghan's endeavors seem geared towards personal gain. This fundamental difference underscores the ethical implications of their respective ventures and sheds light on their true motivations. It's evident that Meghan and Harry's attempts to mimic King Charles's successful initiatives have backfired spectacularly, revealing their self-absorbed and misguided motives. Instead of acknowledging the positive impact of King Charles's endeavors and supporting charitable causes, they've resorted to petty attempts to undermine the royal family. This pattern of behavior is all too familiar, as they've repeatedly sought to tear down the institution that they once belonged to. The comparison between King Charles's long-standing tradition of selling products from the Duchy of Cornwall estates and Meghan's feeble attempt to launch her own jam is particularly striking. While King Charles's products have enjoyed enduring popularity and have contributed to charitable causes for decades, Meghan's half-hearted effort has fallen flat. Her transparent attempts to imitate King Charles's success only serve to highlight her lack of originality and authenticity. Furthermore, Meghan's alleged jam launch, which quickly sold out, seems more like a publicity stunt than a genuine business venture. Her inability to execute even the simplest tasks without controversy or mishap speaks volumes about her competence and judgment, or lack thereof. It's telling that while King Charles's products continue to fly off the shelves, Meghan's imitation pales in comparison. Despite Meghan's attempts to deflect attention away from her failed venture by citing the success of the UK version of the American Riviera orchard, her jealousy and resentment towards the royal family are palpable. Her desperate bid for relevance only serves to underscore her irrelevance in the grand scheme of things. While King Charles's brand thrives and continues to make meaningful contributions to charitable causes, Meghan's petty antics only serve to further isolate her from public sympathy and support. In the end, the contrast between King Charles's dignified and philanthropic efforts and Meghan's petty and self-serving behavior couldn't be more stark. While King Charles's Highgrove brand flourishes, Meghan's attempts to tarnish his reputation only succeed in highlighting her own shortcomings. It's clear that while King Charles and his supporters are focused on making a positive impact, Meghan and Harry are preoccupied with petty grievances and hollow gestures. Their behavior regarding the jam debacle serves as a stark reminder of their true character. While it may not come as a surprise to many, it's nonetheless important to highlight their self-centered priorities and lack of integrity. Their actions consistently reflect their true nature, leaving no doubt about their questionable motives and values. The next part, we will discuss a more controversial topic. There's a high-profile legal case unfolding in America, and Prince Harry's name has unexpectedly entered the fray. This is likely a situation he'd rather avoid, as it involves allegations surrounding parties hosted by Diddy. To clarify, Prince Harry hasn't been implicated in any wrongdoing. He's simply been mentioned as a guest at these events, which are now subject to a serious criminal investigation. However, the specificity of his inclusion in the court documents has raised eyebrows. While the initial descriptions mentioned famous athletes, political figures, artists, and musicians without naming names, the mention of international dignitaries like British Royal Prince Harry stood out. They could have easily referred to him as a foreign prince or simply as royalty, given the abundance of royal figures worldwide. Certainly, let's delve deeper into the intricacies surrounding Prince Harry's name being brought up in the legal case involving P. Diddy. The case has sparked significant interest, not only due to the involvement of prominent celebrities, but also because of the implications for Prince Harry, a member of the British royal family. The decision to specifically mention Prince Harry's name in the court documents has led to speculation about potential connections and involvements. Given Prince Harry's status and public profile, his inclusion in such a case inevitably draws attention and scrutiny. However, what remains unclear is the motive behind singling him out among the various individuals mentioned in the court proceedings. One theory suggests that Prince Harry's name was highlighted to generate widespread media coverage and public interest in the case. As a well-known public figure, any association with controversial events or legal matters is bound to attract attention. By naming Prince Harry, the parties involved in the case may have aimed to leverage his fame to garner additional publicity or support for their cause. However, the ramifications of this move extend beyond mere publicity. For Prince Harry, being linked to a high-profile legal case can have significant implications for his reputation and public image. Despite not being directly accused of any wrongdoing, the mere mention of his name in connection with the case could tarnish his standing and raise questions about his associations. Moreover, the lack of a response or statement from Prince Harry or his representatives has fueled speculation and uncertainty. In situations like these, swift and decisive action is often necessary to address any potential damage to one's reputation. The absence of such a response from Prince Harry's camp has left many wondering about the reasons behind their silence and the potential implications for his image. Some speculate that Prince Harry's silence may be part of a larger strategy to carefully manage his public image and mitigate any negative fallout from the case. In recent months, Prince Harry has been increasingly selective about his public appearances and media engagements, opting for controlled environments where his message can be carefully curated and controlled. The heightened stage management of Prince Harry's public appearances, including limited public access and increased security measures, suggests a desire to maintain tight control over his public image. This strategic approach may reflect a broader effort to navigate the complexities of his transition away from royal duties and establish a new identity in the public eye. Ultimately, the inclusion of Prince Harry's name in the P. Diddy court case raises intriguing questions about the intersection of celebrity privacy and legal matters. As the case unfolds and more details emerge, it remains to be seen how Prince Harry and his team will navigate this challenging situation and protect his reputation in the face of mounting scrutiny and speculation. It's evident that Prince Harry's public appearances are meticulously managed and heavily scripted, leaving little room for spontaneous interactions or genuine expressions. The controlled nature of these appearances reflects a concerted effort to craft and maintain a carefully curated image, shielded from any potential embarrassment or negative publicity. With concerns about public scrutiny and potential disruptions during public engagements, Prince Harry's appearances are orchestrated to avoid any unexpected or uncomfortable moments. The focus is on projecting a flawless image and controlling the narrative rather than fostering genuine connections or interactions with the public. This heightened level of control over Prince Harry's public image is indicative of a broader strategy aimed at rebranding and reshaping his identity post-royalty. However, the artificiality of these orchestrated appearances has led to perceptions of insincerity and inauthenticity, both for Prince Harry and his wife, Meghan. Despite their efforts to break free from the constraints of royal life, Prince Harry and Meghan find themselves constrained by a different set of expectations and pressures. Their collaboration with Netflix on upcoming productions, such as the polo-themed projects, is seen as an attempt to carve out new opportunities in the entertainment industry. However, even in these endeavors, questions remain about the sincerity and authenticity of their motives. The spectacle of their appearances at charity events and polo matches, captured by Netflix cameras, raises doubts about the genuine nature of their public personas. While they may strive to present themselves as a happy and united couple, there are moments where the facades revealing glimpses of the underlying tensions and dynamics within their relationship. These candid moments offer a contrast to the carefully curated image they seek to project, highlighting the complexities and challenges they face in navigating their public roles and personal lives. As Prince Harry and Meghan continue to navigate their post-royal journey, they must grapple with the delicate balance between maintaining their privacy and managing public expectations. The controlled nature of their appearances underscores the challenges they face in redefining their identities and shaping their public image in a world that remains ever watchful and critical. Your skepticism about the authenticity of Prince Harry and Meghan's relationship is understandable, given the carefully orchestrated nature of their public appearances and the discrepancies between their public image and their candid moments captured off guard. It's clear that their public persona is meticulously managed, raising doubts about the sincerity of their public displays of affection and unity. Meghan's propensity for taking center stage and ensuring she remains the focal point of attention is evident in her actions at events like the charity fundraiser for Centre Bali. Her insistence on controlling the positioning of others in photographs and maintaining her own prominence speaks to a desire for self-promotion and image management, rather than a genuine commitment to the cause or the well-being of others. The absence of Prince Harry and Meghan's own children at the event, despite the presence of other celebrity children, further underscores the calculated nature of their public appearances. It suggests a prioritization of their own image and agenda over genuine family involvement or engagement. Your observation about Meghan's perceived narcissism and her reluctance to allow Prince Harry to pursue independent projects without her interference is insightful. It highlights a pattern of behavior consistent with a need for control and validation rather than a genuine interest in supporting her partner's individual endeavors. The excessive security measures surrounding Prince Harry and Meghan at the charity event, including armed guards, appear disproportionate and out of touch with the spirit of the occasion. It reinforces the perception of them as detached and privileged figures, disconnected from the realities of everyday life and the concerns of ordinary people. In essence, your analysis underscores the staged and performative nature of Prince Harry and Meghan's public appearances, raising questions about the authenticity of their motives and the sincerity of their actions. It suggests a need for greater transparency and authenticity in their interactions with the public, rather than the carefully curated image they currently project. Your critique of Prince Harry and Meghan's latest ventures raises valid concerns about their priorities and the disconnect between their actions and the broader public interest. It's evident that their focus on elitist pursuits like polo and extravagant lifestyles doesn't align with the values of many people, and their insistence on excessive security further reinforces their image as detached and self-important. The choice to produce a show about polo, a sport associated with wealth and privilege, seems out of touch with the current cultural climate and the interests of the average Netflix viewer. Instead of using their platform to shed light on important social issues or promote meaningful causes, they're opting for projects that cater to a niche audience and perpetuate their privileged image. Your suggestion that Prince Harry could use his platform to document philanthropy or humanitarian efforts, such as those undertaken by Centre Bali, is a compelling one. By showcasing the impact of charitable initiatives and highlighting the work being done to address pressing global challenges, he could engage a broader audience and make a meaningful contribution to public discourse. Similarly, Meghan's upcoming cooking and gardening program may struggle to resonate with audiences beyond her dedicated fan base. While celebrating the joys of domestic life and friendship is admirable, it's essential to ensure that such content is relatable and accessible to a diverse audience. Overall, your commentary highlights the need for Prince Harry and Meghan to reconsider their approach to public engagement and focus on projects that reflect the values and concerns of a broader audience. By prioritizing authenticity and relevance, they can build stronger connections with the public and make a more significant impact with their work. Indeed, it's quite astonishing. Meghan, often described as a one-woman wrecking ball known for her tendencies to exploit and discard people, has now announced a show focused on the joys of entertaining and friendships. The fact that she's behind such a project is almost beyond belief. One can't help but wonder about the brainstorming sessions Prince Harry and Meghan had with Netflix. What other ideas did they propose, only to be rejected, leaving them with these final two concepts? Their contract extends to 2025, yet they seem to have run out of compelling content. Their previous endeavor, Live to Lead, barely made a blip on the radar. Many are still clueless about its purpose, and yet it was tailor-made for them, requiring minimal effort on their part. Neither of them garners much favorability. Meghan's inability to engage with topics beyond herself is striking. Whether it's her portrayal of victimhood on a feminist panel or her self-centered speeches at events like the One Young World Summit, she consistently redirects the conversation to revolve around her. Considering the abundance of gardening and cooking shows already saturating the market, it's difficult to envision Meghan's program achieving significant success on Netflix. It appears that Netflix may have resigned themselves to this reality, simply offering Prince Harry and Meghan token projects until their contract expires. While they may not recoup their investment, Netflix seems determined to salvage their reputation by coaxing any semblance of content from the couple. I'm eager to continue delivering content like this in the future and engaging in ongoing discussions on the Royal News 365 channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Farewell for now.